Hey everyone, welcome back to the food truck build for Becker's Barbecue. There she be. Today, we're getting ready to start pulling these wheels off, prepping those. We're gonna bend that big fat hexagon exhaust the redneck way. As you know, we just finished framing up the rear wall. We got the brick veneer coming in for that, as well as prepping this box for paint. Let's get after it.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out.
Alright, so the wheels, plain Jane wheels, we're going to do a weathered look, a lot like Project on a Dime S10 over there. It's going to be a 3-layer paint job that's worn through, and that's how we're going to achieve the look that we want as far as that weathered, worn, wrinkled up look. As well as I got to powder coat the new hardware to match the mirrors, as well as the saw blades. Those are going to be in the satin black. We had, well, Steve framed up the rear wall and got the lights roughed in, as well as the reverse camera. So she's coming right along. That big fat hexagon exhaust is going to go right here, and actually it's making it out of 18 gauge. It's a faux exhaust. It's going to look like an exhaust and it'll actually be one. So we're going to be using a big sheet metal brake for that. All right, so Steve is here. He's attacking the filler panel that we got to make above the door there. You see there's a gap there, so we got to fill that in with some steel. So he's working on that. I already took the saw blades off the side of the truck, damaged myself in the process, and yeah, they're sharp. If they won't be, I'll dulling them out. And this is a piece of metal which is 18 gauge that we've got Main Off-Road actually scored some marks on it for us, and then we're going to attempt to bend it here with this, I guess, construction brake that they use for on like house siding and stuff like that, which is typically what, 22 gauge. Yeah. But I think it'll work. So we're gonna try to get that bent up today, so stay tuned on that. And then Steve also got the metal for the light sconces that are gonna go on here. He's gonna start prepping for the getting ready to do the paint, at least on the front of the cab, so we can get that section done next. So it's progressing. All right, Steve's got the filler panel all tacked in there and ground down, so that's done. Now we're on to the stack. So this is kind of the fun thing we've been wanting to do for a while. A hex stack for this truck on, actually, yeah, this side. That's where it's gonna go. And Steve's friend was nice enough to let us borrow his 10-foot brake that we're hoping will work to bend the 18 gauge. And then TJ over at Main Off-Road actually scored, I don't know if you can see it, the sun is so bright. There's actually score marks every 3 inches.
Yep, every 3 inches
on this, so we don't even have to, it's super easy, assuming we can bend this the way we want. And then we're gonna have to, we need to get something, Steve, to get our angle, proper angle.
Yep.
So we'll get that set up so that we can match it to that angle, and then we'll go from there. All right, and over here in the powder coat booth, I got all of Steve's bumper spacers in primer, some of his hardware, and his wheel well saw blades. Those are in primer. So now we're going into the top coat and hitting all these with a satin black. All right, good news is Steve's got the angle all cut up. The bad news is this brake for construction won't bend this 18 gauge because it's used to bending 22 gauge aluminum, 18 gauge steel, a little different story. So change of plans, regroup. Our scored lines that he put here, Steve's gonna extend these all the way across, and then he's gonna go through with the cutoff wheel. We got a real thin cutoff wheel and cut slots in it the whole way down randomly, and that's gonna weaken this and hopefully allow us to bend it up. So stand by. All right, here we go. So now Steve scored the lines and cut some reliefs in it, and it is bending it now. So it is going to work. We also made a template at 120 degrees, so we just bend this up until we match here, and then repeat every line, working our way out, and then flip it around and do this one side. In theory, we'll have a hex or something very close. So, well, what do you think? Let's try it. as you can see, it worked. We had to score it. We have to do a final closing it up, and but Steve can, I mean, we can easily close it up like that and tack weld it, and then kind of finish up our shape. We'll put the weld seam down on the back so you don't see it. But all in all, check that bad boy out, dude.
Yeah.
Hold it up there. Oh yeah. It's a little out of shape, not quite perfect, but is it going outside? That's where it's going?
Right in the corner.
So the door will clear. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Look at that stack. Hey, he's got it tacked in here. We've got it shaped pretty darn good at this point. That he's gonna add some tacks. We ended up with a little bulge right here from pressing out with the vise, so we're gonna fix that. And then we're gonna cut a 45 in it and dice some flames into that bad boy and figure out our mounting. All right, the saw blade fender well is out of the powder coat of it, and as you can see, we did the satin black. It's hard to tell in the sun, but with a gloss black, which is actually an OEM black from Columbia Coatings, right along the teeth to kind of give it that depth and that two-tone look to it. Just some more depth and just playing around with some different shades of black on the truck itself. So we're bringing in the gloss. We brought in a lot of the satin. Then we brought in some of the gator hide powder coat here. And I just found 3 more screws that Steve forgot to give me. All right, I apologize for a little on-camera yelling there, but Steve and I have an ongoing thing. And basically, I'm trying to get all the hardware on this thing that shows powder coated as well. And every time we think that we have it, he comes back over and says, oh, you forgot one. Oh, you forgot one. Or I forgot to give you one. And we thought we had it all today. Because, yes, we did these as well. But there's 4 more here. So what do you have to say for yourself, Steve?
I'm fired.
Yeah. It's twice this week. All right. Steve's working on the brackets for the stack now. Basically, it's contoured to that corner. The stack sits here. A piece of the hex. It gets welded. Bolt, bolt, bam. So actually one of the marker lights up here is going to be right behind the stack. So there's honestly no point in even having it. So Steve's going to kind of probably fab up a quick little block off plate or something like that. And at least then it won't have a like awkward light like kind of showing, but not really. And you got the brackets welded on.
Yep.
So almost ready for fit up and mark up on that. Oh yeah. Good job, bud. All right, brackets are all on. Holes are all marked and drilled, and we have chosen to go with the nutsert route because actually to get access to the back of these, since he's double framed the walls inside, is pretty much a pain in the butt. So now we'll be able to take it on and off because it'll be nutserted to the corner. All right, here it is. The stack is mounted and it's pretty rigid, dude.
It's nice.
So yes, it's a little higher. Everybody's like, oh my God, you didn't go down low enough. Oh, bull, we did, because we thought of everything. So we got our little, it's either a 4-inch or 5-inch elbow that's gonna come out of this into there. And don't forget, down here we have our license plate corners that we powder coated into gloss black to break it up as well. So it's absolutely perfect. So now, up at the top, we got to cut kind of like a 45. And then we're gonna cut some flames into that bad boy. Steve, that's a big pipe you got there, bub.
Thank you.
So he's marking up the flames. Look at that bad boy. And when I say flames, not only is there flames that we're cutting into this thing, but we're not giving too much away. We're just gonna say flames. Oh yeah. So he's marking it out while it's on the truck, and then we're gonna bring it down and get creative with it. I'm up here having a snack. This is up here on our mezzanine. Actually, we got a raised platform, which is pretty sweet because you get an overlook of the shop. And he's down there cutting the stack. Yeah, baby. There it is, the stack. Steve's got the top cut at an angle. Then we're gonna draw some flames in there and get cutting. All right, really? We are getting close on the flames. Just about ready to blast the old plasma to it. I think we got it. And just like that, we have flames in the tip of our exhaust. I gotta get it on there and see this. Woo. Man, I wish it was shooting flames right now, dude. It's getting late, we're running out of daylight, but we are burning the daylight. Check that out. It absolutely, I don't know if you can see it because this little screen, I can't see it well, but I'm thinking you can. That is awesome. Oh my God, I can't wait to see this thing all painted up. And whoop, almost said it, can't say it. There it is now, the next morning, and in the daylight, you get another view of that stack. Steve's setting up with the ladders to start working and sand the front of the truck and get that prepped for paint. But check it out in the daylight. That thing's evil looking. I love it. Yep. Goes with the truck. Just a couple different views of it. Because now the sun is out and it's not 9 o'clock at night. How rednecks set up staging on a food truck to prep for paint. And yes, I'll be doing the same exact thing when we actually paint that front half. That's why we're doing it separately, because it's such a pain in the ass to get to. But that yellow's looking bright again, dude.
It is?
Maybe we should just leave it.
No.
I think this would be a good spot to kind of wrap it up for this episode. We try to do the quick, shorter episodes, so you're not sitting there like, oh, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Today we kind of hammered on the exhaust. Got that stack looking pretty badass. And now Steve's up here prepping for painting the front half. After the front half's painted, the stack can get painted. The stack can go on the truck. And that bullet hole we made, that porthole bullet hole thing, that's going to go on the truck. And there's something going to get painted in that by Steve's wife. So, as always, thanks for watching. Scott and Steve, Flippin' Customized.